to Science with
Joey and Brian.
Awesome. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Kylo Ren. All right, I won't say that. Okay, so today we're going to do a synthesis reaction. That's where you take two reactants and get one product, okay? And our two basic reactants will be carbon dioxide and water that are going to produce carbonic acid, okay? And how we actually make that happen is we take something very simple called, what do you know what this is, Joe?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke and
Mentos.
Mentos.
And
all right.
If you're wondering what they are, they're called Mentos and they're mint flavored.
They are mint flavored. All right.
Minty fresh.
Okay, so they're on the Mentos candy. There's tiny little pock holes on the surface, and as they react with the aspartame inside the Diet Coke, it causes a large amount of foam, and that's the carbonic acid, okay, that we see. So you can do this in one of two ways. You can buy,
at home, kids, only with supervision.
Only with supervision. You can buy a geyser tube. You can find these on Amazon. And how they work is you can load the Mentos in this little chamber, and then when you screw the top onto here, onto the top of the Diet Coke container,
So
like this.
No, that was the Diet Coke.
That was the Diet Coke. Thank you, Joe. All right, and you put the Mentos in here. When you're ready, you just pull this little trigger here, okay? Now,
put them in.
You might not have one of these, but you can build one of your very own at home, just like this, for a lot cheaper. Okay, you can take a 3/4.
You can get them at the Darth Maul, kids.
The Darth Maul, that's
or
right. That's
Maul.
where Darth Vader buys his boots, the Darth Maul.
No, that's where Kylo gets his boots.
Oh, Kylo Ren does. Okay, you take a 3/4 inch PVC pipe, just like this. Drill a small hole that you can fit a nail through, like this. Okay, and then you put it on top here. Okay, and then you just take some electrical tape or duct tape, for that matter, anything. Okay, so you can see we taped this on with electrical tape. I wrapped it 2 or 3 times around here. Again, you just have a simple nail here, and you load the cylinder with Mentos, so you can hear them stop at the nail, so they won't go in before it's time. In fact, Joey, would you help me out today? Would you mind loading the Mentos in the container?
Can I try one?
Please don't try one. Just put it. Can you put it in the container for me?
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so we're loading the top of this cylinder.
These are Mentos, minty fresh.
Minty fresh Mentos.
Produced by M&M's.
M&M's. Okay, so when I pull this nail out, all the Mentos will go down at once, producing the reaction with carbon dioxide or carbonic acid, which will make a large explosion. Okay, we'll see you outside in just a little bit. All right, we're ready for our synthesis reaction. Again, a synthesis is where you take 2 simpler parts, the reactants, and then you get a larger product. We're going to be taking water plus CO2, which is going to yield carbonic acid, and that's going to make the explosion. Are you ready, Kylo?
Yeah.
Put on your mask. Ready?
I want to do it.
You want to pull it? Okay, you pull the trigger. Okay, step back. Woohoo! Diet Coke and Mentos.
Ready, go.
Okay, so this experiment is a decomposition experiment. Decomposition occurs when you have a really complex reactant. Okay, so you have a large compound. In this case, we're going to have sodium bicarbonate. Okay, and we're going to break it down into 3 simple products. Okay, which is going to be sodium carbonate, water, and CO2, or carbon dioxide. Okay, so to make this happen, you take a paper plate, just like this, and what do we wrap this in, Joe?
Aluminum foil, if you're wondering what that is.
Yep, aluminum foil, or you could just use aluminum baking tin. And then what do we put around the bottom?
Sand.
We put a sand, yep, and then we put a little hole right here.
If
That's
you're wondering what that hole is for, it's for the sugar.
That's right. So we're gonna take a teaspoon measurement here. We're gonna do
put powdered sugar in there.
We will. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay.
1 teaspoon of vinegar.
And, well, that was in our last video. We're gonna actually do 4 teaspoons, not tablespoons, of powdered sugar. Okay.
2.
This stuff's kind of messy. Yep. Go. No.
4.
Actually, I'll get a little bit more on that one.
5.
Okay.
Good.
There we go. That's about 4.
supposed to do 4.
Yep, I did, but I didn't get enough in the first one.
You
So
did 5.
it's very important that you get an even mixture.
I'll stir
Would
it
you
up.
stir it up for us? Okay. And so as Joey is stirring that up, or I'm sorry, Kylo was stirring that up, we are going to add some lighter fluid. The lighter fluid is a catalyst. That's what's going to actually light this mixture on fire. Okay. And we are going to do this outside. So when you're done, yep, there we go. So we're going to, and the sand is more for a barrier. It's just to protect the flame from spreading outside of this container. It's a safety measure right there.
Feeling what that is made from? It's made from lighter fluid, which is inside here.
So we're going to make a little dome.
Where's the lighter fluid?
It's right on the side. Can you see it?
Yeah.
There we go. Right there. And then what
It's like
we're going to
water.
do is we're going to take
like
this
water.
mixture,
It's like water.
take our lighter fluid, and we're going to pour it over the top of this sugary,
What does that mean?
the sugar and baking soda mixture. Okay, and we're
This
making.
is how we make yogurt, guys. Milk. Milk, actually.
It looks like curdled milk or cottage cheese, doesn't it? All right, so
That's how you actually make cottage cheese, I bet.
not the same way. You wouldn't want to eat lighter fluid. But we're going to join you outside in a minute.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.